Read any introductory textbook on experimental design and it'll say you have to replicate your tests. You can't believe just one result. You can't say we gave the drug to this patient and this patient did better. You have to do it lots and lots of times. But is that always true? So I'm here at Cavenham Heath National Nature Reserve, and there's an experiment that's been set up here to exclude sheep grazing. And on this side, sheep graze, and there's some tufts of heather, which are obviously heavily grazed. Inside, there's a lot more heather, and it's obviously not grazed. That's kind of quite trivial. But there's a lot of heather here, and not much outside. Much more strikingly, though, is that inside this exclosure, there's a second exclosure that excludes rabbits. And there are hawthorns growing here. There's a thicket of hawthorns, and there are no hawthorns growing elsewhere on this heath. So, do we believe this single observation? Let's take another example. In 1919, Arthur Eddington decided to test Einstein's theory of relativity. And he did this by looking at the apparent position of stars and then doing this during a solar eclipse. And the idea was that during the solar eclipse, the gravity of the sun would cause space to bend, and so the position of the stars would change. And Eddington carried out these observations and showed that the predictions of relativity were correct. The positions of the stars did shift. But he only did that once. He didn't look at lots of different solar eclipses. And yet we believe that. We believe in relativity because of that single test. So why is that? I think the answer is that it's so improbable that the position of stars would just shift, because they don't do that. We know they don't do that. So the shifting of the stars at the time of the solar eclipse is almost certainly due to the theory of relativity. So it's the improbability that we're interested in. So the question, returning to this exclosure, is how improbable is it that these trees have grown in this area here, when if you look at the rest of this heathland, there are no trees growing. What do I think? I'm actually quite convinced by this. I think the fact that all these trees in that one place, it's so improbable that that's due to some other factor. But I've asked lots of other ecologists, and they're split. About half say they believe it, it's unlikely this be caused by something else. About half of them say you can't make conclusions from a single observation. I'd be interested to know what you think.